Another good choice. We have time for one more.
277.
277. And you have a choice of verses for it?
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Please join me in the welcome. Welcome to the United Church. We are a peace and justice community, a movement towards wholeness in a fragmented world. Together we create a strong sense of belonging, a safe place to flourish, and opportunities to grow in our own way and in our own time. Let's bring in the light of Christ. He's got it, doesn't he? Show your daddy how to do it. There you go. And please join me in singing "When There's Bread for All People, My Soul Will Rest."
We all have safe shelter.
peace on this planet, my soul will rest. Oh, my soul will rest. When there's peace on this planet, then my soul will rest. Oh, my soul will rest. I want to invite the children to come forward and light candles if you would like to. You can also make the sacred sound. Move it back there.
Do an extra chore.
There you go.
Share an umbrella when it rains.
Yes.
Be kind to your elf and do something just for you.
Be kind to yourself. I think the yes got erased.
Yes, got it right. Be kind to your elf also.
Be good. Be kind to your elf too.
Read a book to someone.
That'd be awesome.
Hold a door open for someone else.
And you're invited to go to the kitchen for your kitchen table lesson, if you'd like to. And today's kindness moment is brought to us by Sharon. There she is. Sharon Green of the State Coalition. So you can come on up to the microphone, Sharon. Sharon Green. Not to be confused with Andrew and Isabel, Ray and Cindy.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here today. I love to spread the word about our mission and what we do at the Homeless Coalition. So we house families with minor children that were homeless. These families can come to us through Betty Griffin Domestic Violence Center or through Care Connect and the Rapid Rehousing Program. So when we have a house available, Miss Marion is our case manager. She will let these two entities know, and then they will refer a family over to us. Now, these houses are very small. If you've never been to our campus, I'd like to invite you. Monday, we do have a open house from 4 to 5. You would like to come see and see what our little houses look like. But they are very small. They're like 660 square feet. So it's usually smaller families that we house. We have had up to 6 people in a household, which is very tight. But Marion is our case manager. So when these families come in, we help them build themselves back from the ground up, giving them all the tools and things that they need to accomplish their goals. They are with us from 2 to 5 years. And in that time, we will help them get a better job, maybe a better education, maybe we have some families that are working on GED so they can go back to school, getting mental health services because going through that trauma of being homeless, especially with your children, that is hard to come back from. That is something that if you can't just push that in your pocket and keep going, that is gonna come back up. You've got to get that help. And then also the children. So we have children's programs for our kiddos that are on campus also, and we encourage them to just be children. They've gone through a great trauma themselves. And we want them to just realize they don't have to help take care of mom or dad. They don't have to worry about what's going on in the adult world. We want you to focus on school, focus on just being a child and coming in the afternoon and having fun. So we really push our children's programs. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays are our children's programs right now. We are working on our Children's Education Center now that we've got our new building. They are putting in drywall and flooring last week and this upcoming week. So once that Children's Education Center is open, we will have tutoring in there every day for our kids. We will have afternoon activities every day for all of our children. There will be a library, a computing and tutoring room, a kitchen studio so they can learn to cook. We'll do some cooking classes in there for the kids and families, whoever wants to come. And then we have our imagination station, which is for arts and crafts and our whatever games, whatever else we decide we're gonna do in there. So we're very blessed to be able to have that and to get that Dolores Barr Weaver grant that really helped us continue to complete phase 1. So we also have phase 2 of our program we have almost 2 acres at the end of Chapin Street, which we will be building 8 more duplexes, which will be 16 more homes for families. So we are just growing because the need is growing. You all know prices of everything are going up, housing is increasing, our housing rentals, our taxes, all these things are going up, which is pushing people out of their homes, and they're pushing young families out of their homes. They're pushing everyone out of their homes. We have the pantry that is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Anybody can come shop at the pantry. With that, we have a third of our folks that are coming in are seniors. They can't make it anymore on their own. Either a spouse has passed away or, they're just, maybe their medicines are costing more. With the increase in everything that's going up, they're not making it, so they need to come to the pantry to help subsidize that. And then a third of our population are those experiencing homelessness. And those who are experiencing homelessness, it is a growing rate of seniors, which is sad. We have to take care of our seniors. And then part of those are younger folks, probably 20 to 40 years old. And then we have some young folks that come in too, but we try to push them towards support in the storm to help them get the assistance that they need over there. And then families that are just trying to make it. They've got children, they're trying to stretch that dollar. Especially during the summer, we had a huge uptick in families coming in to shop the pantry because they're just trying to make it through the summer because kids are home and they don't have that school lunch to help subsidize that food that's coming in. Do we have any questions?
We can't be questions.
Forever? Just 1 or 2 minutes after. Okay. Thank you. There are pamphlets in the back in the basket if you guys want to take a pamphlet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I didn't realize all those services were there, so that's really, really helpful. And we can stay for questions after, seriously. So I'm going to invite us to take a deep breath. And we're going to do the meditation a little bit differently today. Maybe, there we go. So as you breathe deeply, I invite you to listen and to soften.
Someone is calling for me. I am deepening into all I can be.
am listening to what is calling for me, and I won't turn my back on what my heart is longing to reach for. I will let it lead. I am listening to what is calling for me. I am deepening into all I can be. I am listening to what is calling for me, and I won't turn my back on what my heart is longing to reach for. I will let it lead. I am listening to what is calling for me. I am deepening into all I can be. I am listening to what is calling for me, and I won't turn my back on what my heart is longing to reach for. I will let it lead. I am listening to what is calling for me. I am deepening into all I can be. I am listening to what is calling for me, and I won't turn my back on what my heart is longing to reach for. I will let it lead. I am listening to what is calling for me. I am deepening into all I can be. I am listening to what is calling for me, and I won't turn my back on what my heart is longing to reach for. I will let it lead.
You are invited to light a candle.
I just lose myself. Fear and doubt take hold. Times when I feel overwhelmed by all that is unknown. Spirit, come and calm me down. Help my heart find home. Still my mind, my fear, my doubt. Help me to truly know you are with me, with me. Though my eyes may not see how you're holding my life, loving me perfectly. Sometimes we all lose ourselves when our fears take hold. May we learn this prayer so well. It's here when we and moves. Spirit, come and calm us down. Help our hearts find home. Still our minds, our fears, our doubts. Help us to truly know you are with us, with us. Though our eyes may not see how you're holding our life, loving us perfectly. Spirit, come and calm us down. Help our hearts find home. Still our minds, our fears, our doubts. Help us to truly know you are with us, with us. Though our eyes may not see how you're holding our life, loving us perfectly, loving us perfectly.
A hungry crowd. Mark chapter 6, verses 30 through 44 from the Feast Table Storybook Bible. Jesus and his disciples were tired and hungry. They left in a boat for a quiet place where they could rest and eat. The crowd saw them leave and hurried to the place where Jesus was going. The crowd got there first. Jesus got out of the boat and looked at the people with love. They were like sheep without a shepherd. He began to teach them many things. That evening, Jesus' disciples said, "Send the crowds away so they can go and buy food for themselves." But Jesus said, "You feed them." The disciples were surprised. How could they possibly feed a crowd of 5,000 people? It would cost so much money. Jesus said, "Go and see how much bread there is." The disciples found 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. Jesus told the disciples to have the people sit down in groups of 50 and 100. He took the bread and fish, looked up to heaven, and blessed the food. The disciples passed out the food. Everyone ate until they were full. The disciples even gathered 12 baskets of leftovers.
Thank you, Lee. Five small loaves, that picture's not up there anymore, and 2 fish. That looked like candy corn to me. Thanks for putting it back up, Gabby. It's not candy corn. 5 small loaves and 2 fish, blessed by Jesus, become a feast for 5,000. And not only does everyone eat until they are full, there are leftovers galore. Who is this Jesus? How does he do this? Can anyone do this? Or just Jesus? We're going to be working with the story for the next 3 weeks, and it will be a miracle if we don't get bored, right? Next week is August 23rd, so we're going to share a variation of the story. The following week will be Fifth Sunday, Fun Day. We'll have the same story, but we're going to present it in an entirely different way. And speaking of this Sunday Fun Day, in honor of the disciples, you are invited to wear your best fishing gear. Today's reflection, Who is this Jesus?, is inspired by Emerson B. Powery's commentary, which is published in the 2007 edition of True to Our Native Land. It's interesting to me that Powery's commentary on the feeding of 5,000 does not focus on the miracle. Instead, what he focuses on is how large and determined and persistent the crowd that was following Jesus had become. So determined and persistent, in fact, that it seems like they must have just had a lookout to see Jesus and the guys getting into the boat. When they realized that the Jesus and the guys were headed to the other side, that entire crowd hurried and got to the place before them. That seems like a miracle to me. How did they get there first? Powery writes that not only is the mission of Jesus expanding, but folks are determined to stay connected. He also points out that at this point in the story, Mark chapter 6 is where the story is found. This point in the story, no one except the disciples have recognized that Jesus is able to perform miracles. Powery goes on to write that miracles in the Bible were not evangelistic tools. They were not presented as proof that Jesus was special. Neither were miracles used to get people to follow. Said a bit differently, miracles are not designed to initiate faith. They are here to increase our faith. Is that your understanding of miracles? Have you ever thought about miracles that way? They're not designed to get us to follow. They are gifts to increase our faith. Howard's commentary made me curious. Well, I'm always curious, let's be honest. I always got questions, so here we go. If those folks weren't following Jesus because they had witnessed or experienced miracles, why were they following? Why were they so persistent and determined? What was Jesus' mission? What was the purpose? Who is this Jesus? In my quest to find answers, I went back to the beginning of Mark's gospel. No, that's not true. Powery's commentary on Mark's gospel. Again, published in 2007. And I lit that date up because it sounds like it was written about or for today. So on the beginning pages of the commentary, Powery points out that in Mark's gospel, everything that Jesus says and does points to the coming of the kingdom. Jesus' words and actions are filled with reminders that something new is on the way. A new way of being and doing is right there on the horizon. Mark's gospel, or Mark's good news story, is the oldest of the 4 gospels that are in the Bible. It was compiled or composed somewhere around the years 66 through 70, which would have been about 30 years after the life and death of Jesus. And it was composed or compiled in response to the Roman-Jewish War. Mark and his buddies were asking, how should followers of Jesus live in a world where the ruling elite are in direct conflict with leading members of the Jewish community? Whose side are we on? Are we giving into Caesar? Are we giving into God? I think it's important for us to remember that at this point in the story, we went back to the beginning, right? We're Mark chapter 1. This point of the story, Jesus is not a leader. Jesus is a follower. And the person Jesus is following is his cousin, John. And if we want to understand Jesus, will you wait for me on the slides? You can leave that there. If you want to understand Jesus, we must understand John. And this isn't just any old John. This is the baptizing John. Sometimes referred to as John the Baptist. Is that familiar? John the Baptizer. You know, I call him by his street name, J-Bap. J-Bap. J-Bap is the guy that Jesus is following, and as that slide shows, J-Bap also knows how to draw a crowd. Powery describes him this way. John the Baptizer was a prophetic outsider who challenged the status quo of urban political centers, his non-traditional clothing, and his unconventional meal plans. And his, you can go ahead, controversial preaching skills reinforced his populist persona. John the Baptizer was a champion of and for the common folk. He was loud and bold in his fight against a corrupt, self-serving elite establishment. And as his name makes clear, his signature act was baptizing. You go to the next one. His preaching focused on repentance, which we might think of as an invitation. Once we realize we're headed in a wrong direction, to turn, go a different way. That's the literal meaning of repentance. It's not threatening. It's simply recognized. It's time to go a different way. One day while preaching repentance, J-Bap made what I think of as an incredible announcement. An announcement which in my mind makes it clear that J-Bap did not think of himself as the greatest, smartest, most important leader. Instead of announcing, I alone can fix it, J-Bap said, there's someone coming after me who's greater, who's smarter, who's wiser. There's someone coming after me whose star is going to shine brighter. And this someone will take us further. To me, that announcement makes it clear that J-Bap was not only bold and loud and wild, controversial, he was humble. That's the kind of leader Jesus followed. Now here's the thing. We know the end of the story. We know who J-Bap was talking about when he said, someone's coming after me. Do you agree? You know who he's referring to? But what about John's audience? What about the people J-Bap was talking to? Do you think they knew who he was talking about? What about Mark's readers? They didn't know the end of the story. They were the story. We are now up to verse 8 in chapter 1. We've completed it. We're going to go on to verse 9. Verse 9, Jesus enters the scene. One day Jesus comes from Nazareth in Galilee. That's how the verse reads. One day Jesus from Galilee comes. Common, no drama. Here comes Jesus, dude from Nazareth. Kind of subdued, don't you think? The way Mark introduces Jesus doesn't say much, and it says everything. Because coming from Nazareth meant something. Anyone here know what it meant?
Nothing good, coming from Nazareth.
Nothing good comes from Nazareth. Coming from Nazareth was the opposite of coming from money. Coming from Nazareth was opposite of the Ivy League. Coming from Nazareth is the opposite of coming from a good family. Who is this Jesus? Who is this dude from Nazareth? Nazareth was an impoverished, insignificant, tiny little village on the outskirts, filled with a bunch of nobodies. Do you think the people listening to John or reading Mark would imagine that Jesus was the one? And if they did think Jesus was the one J-Bap was talking about, do you think they bought in? Where do you expect good leaders to come from? What kind of leaders do you choose to follow? Do you prefer the insiders? The outsiders? I wonder, are you aware of the power of impoverishment and disadvantage in calling forth and cultivating creativity? Not that I'm condoning it. I want that to sound wrong. But when you have nothing, you learn how to make something out of nothing. Agreed?
No.
When you have nothing, you learn how to make something out of nothing. Have you experienced it? Have you lived it? Do you have faith in it? Do you have faith that it is the hard times that teach us? And is it possible that that's what's at the core of Jesus' leadership? Malcolm Gladwell has this fabulous episode in his Revisionist History podcast. It's titled Carlos Doesn't Remember. Anyone listen to it? Google it. It's the story of a boy in elementary school who everyone's frustrated with because he can't remember anything, or so they think. They do, I think it's his teacher does find time to get the guy a mentor, and they realize this boy knows how to survive. He's a genius. While you're at it, listen to Malcolm Gladwell's podcast on the Ivy Leagues. Who is the smartest and has the most potential has everything to do with who is doing the measuring. Back to Mark's Gospel and Powery's commentary. By the way, I'm happy to send you the link for the podcast if you want it. Back to Mark's Gospel and Powery's commentary. Jesus comes from Nazareth and is baptized by John. That's verse 9. According to Emerson Powery, the baptism was an act of solidarity. J-Back points to Jesus and tells the crowd, he's one of us now. And as Jesus rises up and out from under the water, the spirit of all that is holy enters the scene. Jesus listens and hears and feels and knows the tug on his heartstrings. Oh, yes, you are the one, the Spirit is saying. You are the beloved. And the message floods and fills his entire being. What happens next? Does anyone know? Goes to the wilderness. Only the actual translations, if you dig into it, the Spirit forces him, drives him, shoves him into the wilderness. And in the wilderness, he is tempted and confronted by devils and demons, and the wild angels and the wild animals take care of him. Who is this Jesus? Who is the Spirit that pushes us into the wilderness? Those are fair questions. You can go to the next one. Did you know that no one followed Jesus until J-Bap had been arrested, imprisoned, and beheaded? Do you know why J-Bap was arrested and imprisoned? Politics. J-Bap was the leader that the crowd was following when he was arrested. And at that moment, the crowd became like sheep without a shepherd. Does anyone remember what Jesus said when he learned that J-Bap had been arrested? The kingdom of God is near. I'm going to say that again. When Jesus found out that John had been arrested, imprisoned, Jesus made a proclamation. The kingdom is here. Is that what you would have said? What do you look for when you are looking for the kingdom or the kingdom? How do you know when holiness is near? That's the end of part 1. This is another moment in our time together when we move about this space freely. You are invited to bring forward your offerings and your gifts, leave your prayer requests, light candles, touch the water. This is also the time when we remember that Jesus broke and blessed the bread and shared it with everyone. And in this space, we do likewise. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here, where we share the bread of life and we lift the cup of love. Well, we are keeping you busy today, aren't we, Nancy?
Yes, ma'am, I love it.
Yes. Not only can you handle the kitchen table, you can handle the hungry crowd. Come, for all things are ready.
Trying to figure out why old men do it. They can't keep saying that selfie. How are you? Doing good. Thanks for good.
Thank like the resource You're fine.
Start getting used to this warm weather. I'm ready for school.
Welcome back.
The first few days, having mostly highs in the 70s, but a couple of days we got over 80. They come back here in the 90s. That's pretty dramatic. A little bit. I'm trying to figure out how to get this warm.
For those, I don't have a microphone, so I'm gonna use my outdoor. For those who are visiting, we tend to get a little loud when we go out, so you're welcome to get an instrument. You're welcome to stand, move about this space freely. And we're gonna sing our favorite, Multiply. Right here. If you're not comfortable standing, we can bring the circle to you. This is your opportunity to share a word or a comment or a quick takeaway with all who have gathered.
I'd like to thank Sharon for being here today. I have taken their campus tour. It is very, very worthwhile. If any of you have time to do that, they do it monthly, I think.
Tomorrow is the next one from 4 to 5.
Tomorrow from 4 to 5.
Yeah, it's really worthwhile. They do such good work there.
And their grandkids say they volunteer there too, so that's very good. Good for you guys.
Nice.
All right.
It's Elfie's birthday tomorrow, this week.
Alfie's birthday!
Happy birthday!
Let's do that together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alfie. Happy birthday to you.
you go, real close. And I'm really a real advocate for peace and justice in this community. Welcome.
Thank you. And I remember when I first moved here 11 years ago, Warren was one of the first people I met in the Compassionate St. Honesty. And those were wonderful years. I'm so happy to see you again, meet all these beautiful people.
Glad you're here, Paula. Anyone else?
Are we in announcements now?
You can do an announcement, Ron. Go for it.
Those of you who need a name tag, there's a sign-up sheet there on the lectern out in the front hall. If you please print your name, I'll get you a name tag.
Thank you.
And if you've got one and aren't wearing it, shame on you.
That would be me, because you forget that you hung it in the.
And if you can't find your name tag, find a buddy and they'll help you.
Yeah.
Secondly, council will meet on August 30, 2 weeks from today. To get
On
our,
Fifth Sunday Fun Day in our fishing gear?
yes,
Okay.
and it'll be fun. We're finally getting our transition process started. So if you have I don't expect a long meeting, but if you have an agenda item, get it to me.
Thank you, Ron.
I've been asked to make an announcement on behalf of the prayer team. And we're launching a new initiative where we will be selecting 3 names from our list of members and friends. And we will be offering prayer for those people. So you may expect to receive an email acknowledging that. We will also continue to use the prayer request box. So if you have specific prayer needs, please put them in the prayer box. Or tell somebody on the prayer team. We recognize that all of us have challenges of one type or another. So we're just going to do this general approach to strengthening the threads of the fabric of this congregation, and also acknowledging that we're going into a special time of transition as we say our goodbyes to Pastor Donna. So that's another underlying reason for just strengthening what we have here and lifting one another and holding on to one another, because that's the connection and that's what we need more of.
And for clarity, you're not leaving until January. So some of you have your hopes dashed and some are like, oh, really? Anything else? Let's share in our benediction, which is on the screen. We are blessed and we are blessings. We go with kindness.
And there's some good food over here. Help yourselves. I gotta have an egg before the crowd.